The way you're gonna know how these effects work is the one that have the same name will not stack, but the ones that have a different name by the same effect will stack. Both beneficial and harmful effects. That's basically how it works.
I'll take Sigmar's throne. I grow impatient.
We're gonna take Schwarzhafen.
Smell death.
Hair is ridiculous.
I defy you.
Look at that 20 unit garrison there, it's beautiful. Looks like it's gonna be pretty chill at this point now. Much about survival here. I mean, if you secure these 3 cities, from there it's basically expansion time. But, this is not what the campaign is about, so it's not a really good campaign for survival, I guess. Who knows, maybe they still come with Tingis.
Ready.
We don't only need the regional Manfred, but we want to get, we need more dark magic. Yeah, we're losing it every turn now, and we need to build up Zubar as well. I find it surprising we can actually keep a Manfred's army these few regions. Much better loot is this. 1100, not bad, another 700. Who's going for Oakenhammer? We're cruelty restrained, so Manfred now has regeneration at the cost of some flame weakness. Fire weakness. The Fortified Kiss Temple pretty good, and Dagenhov is like impregnable right now. We need like over 2 armies with some more coordination.
Thine right is mine. All die.
Hopefully this is not gonna be the end of that, because I would love to, I would hate to lose this buffer here.
Move.
No missile resistance, huh? It's Graveguard. So they now receive additional 5 attack, 12 weapon strength, and 15 magic resistance. The weapon strength is pretty good. And receiving 13 attack that just transforms you into something that, you know, that's really missing. 8 attack here and 5 attack there, and the experience giving the rest. This unit's having over 40 attack is quite impressive, because this unit is supposed to be specialized against infantry, so it has edge against infantry, and everything else is trouble. But with additional attack can even fight some large stuff. Will kill infantry much faster.
Dark magic is
By taking
mine.
Oakenhammer we actually get some money from it, because tier 1 building does give 160.
Death is
Yeah,
only
yeah,
the
that's worth it. That's worth it. $160, another 100, beautiful.
It's
Because it
done.
also applies to, you know, their chance to hit. For some reason. Won't be able to afford this one. It's but we do have a lot more money now.
The true broadcaster.
Man, this is going fast. It's gonna be a short campaign. Wonder if they ever add Kislev to the game. Will they have armored spears or halberds? Fortunately, the Empire has gotten armored spears, but with the changes to the AI experience, which is, in my opinion, for a million times 22% too fast, happens too fast, they should lower it 22% per turn. So whatever they're getting per turn should be 20% lower. So now that I've seen armor spear in action, it's not good enough due to the experience changes. The spearmen take forever to level up, and even with a high experience, it'll be hard to keep up with any unit that uses a better weapon. +8 versus inventory is +8 damage and attack, yeah. That's how we understand it.
Impress me. I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Never.
Master of Unlight.
We're wondering why the Empire is so strong right now. It's because their range units experience flattens any other experience by the melee opponents, and technologies that provide attack or defense plus leadership against various enemies of the Empire are is overpowered. But the AI is quite broken actually. That's why the Empire is so good right now. Factions like Norsca and Chaos don't stand a chance. Even the Greenskins don't stand a chance, or the Beastmen. Beastmen are probably just full yellow bar for the Empire for the most part. Well, why do you think the old mammoths had only 5 anti-infantry? Well, of course, you know, whoever was balancing that was afraid not to break them for multiplayer, so that's why he gave them only 5. So what do you think a unit that has 500 weapon strength, what does it do with 5 extra damage? Just think about it. Mammoth pretty much confirms it, it's primarily attack base and not really a damage point. They're fighting across our terrain, man. Look at that. You ever paid attention to the Graveguard fighting from the start of the game, you would have seen that it's actually attack more than important more than damage, because they can deliver more consistent hits. And they take a turn of attrition as well. We don't intervene here, they'll overwhelm Tempelhof, and we need them here as a buffer. Nobody's bothering us really.
Darkness comes. March.
They retreated. I better not see 50-50 on the attack.
Attack.
Every time I experience this, I remember what Pete, was saying on that Reddit post. It's just beyond our comprehensions, guys. We're not developers of the game. We don't know.
Hunger.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Probably just stomp the right side with the cavalry.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Thank Jeff. This one's moving a little bit too fast.
My cure is death. Swift as death's will.
Nice range damage, man. Look at those guns. This man should look tallest.
Swift as death's wings. On death for all. Suffer death. My dominion over all.
25 missile resistance and still taking that much range damage. Scaly skin. Scaly skin or highest help to dump and deflect damage caused by missile weapons, increasing this unit's missile resistance. Cue the what the fuck the fox says. What the fox says. I think that's about right.
Now! Preternatural. Witness true power! Nagash was weak. Witness true power.
I'm gonna chase these anyways.
Swift as death's wings. Broadcast.
guys will never catch those crossbows. Just get some of the knights back at least.
Preternatural.
Miskas was still over 200 damage. They only had one handgun and they still did so much damage to Mumford casting Wind of Death. I feel like he taken like 3000 damage.
Night March.
Extra Hell, now that's a good item.
Come. Impress me.
Hell, defense and ward save, just what we need on a dragon.
Mercy. None shall live.
We're saving for tier 4, we don't care about the Asian. Asian is a war zone. Dread Knights, 8% ward save, 12 weapon strength, 12 charge. I have one of them, 56 damage, 8% ward save and 127 armor. Still seem like a low attack on rank 7, even with plus 8 attack. Seem need like at least 3 or 4 more base attack.
My cruelty knows no limits.
Dragon does have 25 missile resistance. But you would think, you know, will not lose 3000 health in 30 seconds. Just AI things, they do extra damage. Or are at least more accurate. This is very expensive, should just drop this one I think. We have no chance to fight the rebels with the vacant battlefield, so this one is pointless. Skeleton should be probably double for what it is. Kept buffing all this shit here, but they didn't adjust the other things. They're supposed to counter this. They did buff the AP on the crossbows, so the crossbows have way more damage than they used to. On some units, the crossbows do even 4% more damage. And they should.
Necromancer, I am ready.
Kill them. Raise them. March. I'll take Seamus. Thine right is mine.
Dino. Do Archers and Huntsmen have a place in the army? Huntsmen do. Huntsmen do, especially with the Huntsman General. Archers, no. Did they have ever played as Helmgorst? Search for the Vamp accounts 1 and 2. These two. There are playlists, and you can also search search them as well. And just standard YouTube search.
Back, Sigma. No. What? Move.
Deploy an ambush. How do they deploy an ambush right next to the city, though? Castle Dragonhof? What the? I know we have 5 units of cavalry. What the hell to deploy ambushes around? What the hell is this army even? Those Outriders.
Swift as death's wing.
Let's go chase those Outriders so we don't get shot here. A little bit range here.
My dominion over all. rush was weak. Witness true power.
When we have more kill than they have range, it's so nice. We get a charge here.
Suffer death.
Serve my will.
Suffer death. Witness true power. Anhel's gods macabre.
Mortis engine. Beautiful decay.
If you own both Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, you get the big map in Warhammer 2. So basically, the Warhammer 1 is just an add-on for Warhammer 2, as single player has stopped being supported. They made so many changes that it's so if you want to play all the factions, the whole map, you need to own both games. Then you have the big campaign in Warhammer 2.
Their time has come.
The Vortex looks very nice at first, but it will get boring, trust me on that.
These lands are mine.
Especially when you're in the world where there is no Empire, there's no Karl Franz, High King, Manfred, or Archaon. Just the thought that they are not in the world is enough for you to stop caring about Vortex.
My dominion over all.
Quest is the same? No. The Modern Empress is more of a sandbox. I would say it was like intended experience of Total War campaign.
Death's wings.
While out of Vortex, for most factions, it's about gaining control of the Vortex by doing the rituals. And they try to introduce more of the new world and not the old world, which was introduced in Warhammer 1. Why people still play Vortex? The main reason is because the end turn time faster, the AI turn processing is like 10 times faster.
Portals quail.
If anybody tells you differently, they're lying, either to you or yourself.
True power. Suffer death.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
Thank you, Glock. Happy to have you here. Exactly what Jiddly says, that's why people play Vortex. The green skin will be buffed in Warhammer 2, but I fully expect Beastman Chaos to be left for Warhammer 3. The Beastmen need a big change. And the Chaos, I don't even want to start, it's too late for that. What the hell was this guy doing in front of Castle Draenhof? I wonder he was hiding.
Come, impress me. By Sigma, no! I grow impatient.
On my way. Death is only the beginning. Darkness calls.
Cease.
Occupying decrease for the Graveguard and Black Knights.
I am told you want to talk. How different.
The Wood Elves, Norska, Beastmen, Greenskins, Warriors of Chaos. These are the factions which are needing dire overhauls. Because they really haven't built Wood Elves for the mid and the late game. They don't really fit Warhammer 2. Their whole outpost system has to be redesigned or give different options. At least make it tier 2. And the forest don't even have the proper public order compared to the rest of the game that was added later and changed. As in other words, they not fit Warhammer 2, and they were not really designed for the Legend difficulty. Like every other faction has tools to counteract the public order, while with Wood Elves they forgot. And it's not a big problem once you configure the forest, but it is a little bit tedious and feels like you're playing unpolished third that's overpriced at $18 DLC. Just because of the mini campaign. At the time they were still making these shitty mini campaigns that nobody cares about, instead of giving us proper campaign packs like Tomb Kings, for example.
Helm and Ghost, destroy them!
We're gonna lose this.
Master of Unlife.
Fight.
Dark magic is mine to command. Seeking entertainment.
Mulgur is flavor, which works just because Beastman can hide. While Khazagris is pretty strong and Malagor is one of the best faction effects and lore effects of the whole game. It's just the whole whack-a-mole of the game in balance in the factions between the good and evil. Because the factions resettle the Chaos Corruption so fast, like the Chaos Corruption was never there. The impact of the Chaos Corruption is so trivial that it's very sad to play Chaos or the Beastman. If they make Chaos Corruption more dangerous, and the AI cannot resettle the ruins for some time, instead of just whack-a-moling, these factions will be much more bearable to play. So let's say you enter Castle Draenhof, all of a sudden nobody's here because you just have overwhelming power. Destroy the city, destroy Eschen, you enter Waldenhof, all of a sudden already Draenhof is settled. You enter Eschen, it's like you're never here. 10 turns later, like, what Beastman? We haven't lost everything, we just got everything back, it's like, never happened. There's like no impact on your destruction of civilization at all. That impact that feel that you're actually achieving something, destroying civilizations. There's like nothing. Instead, you just get slapped in the face and forehead. Fuck you. And I'm really sad about this because those factions were helping with the play value of this game for me.
I will not betray you. Necropolis awaits.
It is the most toxic, degenerate behavior the AI is doing against the Beastman and the Chaos player. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I playing this? I used to love to play Chaos and the Beastman. Now, like, it's like I can't bear it anymore. The Chaos corruption should be threatening. You should feel like you're actually destroying civilizations and not just basically. It feels like what's happening is like you're just moving through the areas and they're just evacuating and waiting you to leave, so they just resettle like nothing happened. Like the world's full of ants and you're a giant that just steps, and every step you take the ants just disperse, but the moment you leave the area, you know, they just come back like nothing happened. There is no impact of chaos corruption or of your destruction of civilization whatsoever. There is no accomplishment, there is like nothing. It just feels like you're playing a frustrating whack-a-mole. Honestly, it feels like probably like Total War multiplayer. Like playing for 99.9 for some bullshit ladder with no elo raking or anything. Just like... It's like... It's probably how multiplayer feels like. Playing Beastman Chaos. People selling you, you know, hot water. Some people wanna play fine, you know, properly, but then you're starting selling hot water back, and you share the radiation. 9 or 10 matches, you're unhappy, but you still play it. Do you have any tips for the early game Dark Elf campaign, especially Malekith? You can watch my early Malekith campaign. I think it'll still be helpful, but go for the starting province. It's actually quite tricky if you're not experienced in the game, because you can get attacked by various factions, and it can feel a bit whack-a-mole. It's not easy. It's not for a new player either. The Dark Elves are not really new player-friendly faction. So the goal is to take down the Skaven while not pissing off Norsca before you build walls in the province with Nagarond. Hopefully taking the province below Nagarond as well. I would suggest make peace with the elves below you, handle the Skaven, fortify the province, and then wipe out the Norsca before they declare war on you. You want dark shards with shields or the shades. They'll deal with pretty much any threats. Use dread spears with shields until you unlock the Black Guard of Nagarond. The Dark Elves are very powerful. They just have hard starts. Every single Dark Elf campaign has a hard start. It can be hard because the random stuff. Yeah, what Rosapine says there.
It is night.
I played the Nagarond recently with only range units. You can watch what I did. I only played with the range units, so I played with the handicap, so made the early game even harder. Or you can just watch the first Maliki campaign, which we did things properly. But the random things still happen, because there's unpredictable factions in that area.
Bring war.
How did he get to that other side? Oh my god, look at the damage.
Move.
This way he just sected and went through, so he's basically just being annoying here.
Night march.
My puppets die.
Oh my
Let
god.
us away,
Have
brother.
you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Need one more kiss. Thank you, Alan. If you have cavalry, silver shields, healing, veterans, battle skills, and they still get that many kills, huh? We don't really care about this one. We're not going for those units in this campaign. Hmm. Yeah, in case they bring two armies, in case toward the end we'll get lightning strike.
What do you seek?
Yeah, Element Pride, it's pretty normal. Nagron is a strong city and your main army should never lose a battle, so you can just fight them off, make peace treaties and conquer the rest. Just, this is a normal thing that happens sometimes in campaigns. Doesn't mean they're gonna win, you're just gonna have to struggle a bit. If you can prevent Manfred's blood, can you recruit Helmut Gorst? Only if he recruit Helmut Gorst when you confederate him. You get all his lords. Sweet attrition. As long as Templehof stands, this area should be nice.
Thine right is mine.
They added him to the game, but they still keep this event, huh?
Knight. Hand me my sword.
And this one is pretty chill survival campaign.
Ready.
Like dwarves have the best potential for the survival campaigns. I have a feeling we're gonna be doing Clan Angrund survival campaign next time again. That one was very exciting.
Never.
It fits this Clan Angrund the best because of the position and the dwarves.
Ghost.
Probably gonna do another one next year. Almost feel like survival campaign should strictly be dwarves. I did it, Element Pride. You can actually watch the campaign. It was one of the best campaigns this year. It was a really fun campaign. A lot of these campaigns I feel like it's just gonna be a science into AI behavior. You can find on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, I will actually tell you which one is exactly. Let me just hide the dirty laundry here. Okay. I think it was this one. Yeah, Clan Angron 2. You have two parts. It's the 12 hours and 30 minutes. That was a really fun campaign. Twitch deletes VODs after 60 days. That's, you know, people have convinced to put stuff on YouTube. I think Clan Angron is really good for replay value on the survival campaign. We'll find another one probably eventually. But I think next year Clan Angron will be added as a survival campaign again.
My cruelty knows no limits.
Thou darest.
Oh man, Empire is here.
Master of honor.
Damn, they like their ambushes, huh?
Can I assist you? Give them death!
Let's not kill units here.
Starting my journey.
So I attacked them, the balance of power is in their favor. There. On the ambush. And then I attacked them, they retreat.
Sigmar forbids this.
Swift.
Yeah, I think wrong with balance of power. It's, you know, just what they say it is. Shit wizard, I need help. I recently rewatched Lord of the Rings for the I don't know which time, and I hear my brother ringtone when somebody's calling him and it's playing that Lord of the Rings soundtrack when they're in Rohan. And I want to watch it again. It's torture. It's torture. You can watch The Hobbit for variety. Hey, Kilk.
is only the beginning.
I wonder if I raise this place, if anybody's gonna follow up.
I grow impatient.
I don't want an empire here.
I am ready.
God damn, man, what the hell? Why is he deploying an army right on top of my city? Attack, man, don't hide in front of my city. It's like using beastman tactics against me. Look at this, they're ambushing me uphill.
Swiftly. Maim and kill.
What can state troop do against the Gors? When I have my mount.
Attack.
Look at this, surprise! Graveguard!
Kill them. The rest will fall away.
Elmangorst!
All shall perish. If you insist. With haste. Willing servant.
Oh man, there was some serious ambush here. Didn't even have enough units to attack here.
If you insist. See to it. Swiftly. With haste. Swiftly. With haste. Swiftly.
Take that, hence!
Elmangorst.
Burby Sage Jiraiya. What's his name?
For the knights.
So the guy still lives.
My puppets dance.
Yeah, the guy still lives. I wonder if anybody's close in the area.
Butcher them.
Chase them on the battlefield or lose half the army.
For the night.
Almost one unit.
Thine right is mine.
May not come here if Mumford is there. By public order. 100 experience every turn for all units. It's still a fraction of the AI gets. Half of the first Hobbit did make no sense. Half of the second Hobbit did make no sense. And half of the third Hobbit did make no sense. It's almost like they forced the half of each movie to make it something that's not supposed to be. As in, you know, fill it with fillers. Show the world more than, you know, what's supposed to be.
I'll take Sigmar's throne. Never. Obliterate. Then go. None shall live. Move. What? Kill them. Raise them. Dodge Macabre. Ready. Follow me. Dark.
Amount of damage in the outer zone, man. Like, what the hell?
Test me at your peril.
It looks like we're getting ignored because 3 capitals into armies. The fun thing, we can get another army. I think the only good thing that came out of the Hobbit movies was the soundtrack. You know which one I'm talking about. It's pretty much the same with Civilization 6. The main menu soundtrack is the only good thing that came out of that shit.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
Hey, Jenga. Of course they did, Marsala, you know. If they added some weird, cringy shit, you know, it's like people would be outraged.
Dark magic is mine to command. Lich Master. Ghost. Swift as a shadow. Master of unlife.
I grow impatient.
Shit like this is better to be left for the books. Doesn't really fit. You know, one thing you know when you read it in your head, but when you try to put it into the movie, you know, try to make it real on the screen. You know what I'm talking about? Personally, when playing Undead, you should not be trying to confederate anybody. It's just not their way to play. Just play what you get. If you want to play other guys, just play other faction. Honestly, if you ask me, the Undead should not even be allowed to confed or even have the option to confed. They're also really hard to confed in the first place. You're just gonna get messed up skills in any ways. %, huh? Well, yeah, in Star Wars, not all races are supposed to, be highly intelligent, you know. You know, if Star Wars was a huge, popular like with these, trash movies they're making these days, they probably would make one of them Jar Jar Binks as a Jedi or some shit. You know, shit, Wizard. You know, this is when you play too much strategy games, when you see stupid shit like that, when the dwarf deploy a defensible, formation that nobody's supposed to get through, and then the elves just jump on the other side. How the fuck are dwarves supposed to be fighting when there are elves in front of them fighting the enemies? That's even worse than that Game of Thrones battle. The only way that dwarf formation works if there is no friendless in front of them. Why didn't they just keep shooting with bows and shit? Fucking YouTubers making battles that only happen on YouTube and never really in the game. Or in real life, you know. siege towers, artillery firing, cavalry charges, like it's like Michael Bay explosions happening all over the place. Never happens. Ending for the views, ban everything.
I grow impatient.
Don't you just love those trailers or the YouTube videos when the siege towers are moving towards the walls, like whole line of them. There's even a range somewhere in the distance, like you can barely see it, around the siege towers. Artillery firing, even the cavalry is finding some action, man. And it's like 3 lines deep of infantry that you can't even fit in a single army. That's basically what those tactics you get in the movies in there. Make 0 sense. It's like they play multiplayer, just live for one battle, don't care about the casualties, they just want to make it cool, and they want to make it epic, even if it makes no sense. We just live for that one battle. That's our whole life. There's no continuation. Just live for that one battle. Who cares if hundreds of expert trained bowman or spearman dies, just make it good, look good.
I hunt.
They have the AI replenishment and the AI growth, so they're just gonna recruit in no time.
Thou darest.
Dying race doing a banzai,
My cruelty knows no limits. Death is only the beginning.
There's really nothing happening here. Some idiot has probably said, man, Jackson, make us money. But keep in mind, we have a new generation, and they don't like dark shit. Make it silly, make it epic, make it long, make us money. But remember, no dark shit. It's like nothing happening. I played an anime game recently. Dig Dug bought a recommendation, but I'm not sure Twitch would allow us to stream it. One of those that makes you feel weird, shame, and horny at the same time. What is Ungrim doing here? Is there gonna be a follow-up army here? Ooh, that's actually a decent looking army there. Maybe there's a follow-up.
Fresh troops. The shamblers
No,
move.
it's only him.
Still think so.
It's taking some serious attrition because we have the awakened battlefield.
Thine right is mine.
So what we should do, we should probably bait him to even take more attrition here.
Nope.
Don't want him to encamp.
I grow impatient.
We'll probably have him in range here.
The true Von Carstein. This night.
Who knows, maybe there's a army in march distance. How strong are the dwarves? Numero uno, huh? Must be a recent confederation. Yeah. Well, I somehow survived the first season, Diabrog, because of the guy that plays the druid and the elf girl. The second season is not good, and the show ended with a cliffhanger to be continued, and it got cancelled. They lost themselves in the second season, but it's worth watching the first season. It's pretty much consider the end of the first season as the ending. What the fuck is this balance of power? This is not full red. How the fuck you win against this with Scalis? You just want him to take attrition here. The only reason to watch Shannara Chronicles if you're bored and you want to watch some kinda, you know, weird version of Lord of the Rings, just because Mount Bennett is in and that the Elf Princess. I definitely watch her anywhere. Any boobs in it? No, no. Even the sex scenes are just like, you know, instant. You know, they show some legs, some butt, and just instant. But it's worth it for the Elf Princess. Totally.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Can I assist you?
It's like a shitty Legend of Seeker. Exactly, that's exactly what it is, Shit Wizard. Well, I should post a picture, but better not, really. The Emberly character from Shannara Chronicles. It's a show with full of fake people in Mount Bennett, in a fantasy, you know, universe. So If you don't like Mount Bennett or don't like fake pretty people, it's not really for you. You gotta be bored as well, there's nothing else to watch as well because it's below average.
Dark magic is mine to command. Starting my journey. No way. Helman Ghost. Never. Master of unlife.
Come in thy spirit. Thine right is mine.
It's like Vampire Diaries. You know, you watch it for two reasons. The Salvatore brothers or Nina Dobrev, or both of them. Depends.
The true voice of our star.
You don't watch for anything else.
Begone.
This way. I smell death.
My puppet's done.
¡50-50! Oh man. 50-50. What the? Oh my god. Oh man. 50-50. We don't even have Wind of Death. They keep taking attrition, so that's good. This one is basically a combination of Monka
Thy words I best hold.
Forehead and Pepe Laugh. What? And they just met him.
Nope.
Such a thing is impossible.
As you can see with this weird turns going, this Sorrel campaigns can really turn out weird. It's like we're not getting attacked, you're not expanding, but you know, we're in you know,
On my
don't really want to play it like a regular campaign because it's not the point of it. It was definitely really fitting for Clan Angren, but like the vampire counts, they can thrive even in a war environment. What does it mean in the layman terms? It means I don't know what I'm doing, mocking, and ignorance. Maybe not in that order.
Don't think so.
To the shadows. I grow impatient.
Aerial King, it's a survival campaign, so just have to survive for 100 turns while at war with everybody. This point is really becoming, you know, sleeper, resident sleeper. Because, you know, I'm supposed to go into sleep, but I still keep clicking these things here. Next campaign is gonna be way more interesting for play and watch. This one turned into a resident sleeper. I'm a pretty good shit wizard, not even 90% burned out. Started like 80%, maybe like 88% right now. Pretty good. Excited towards the patch notes, finishing the remaining master campaigns, and then it's like, I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of freedom. I'm gonna do a Lone Wolf Bell Brothers and a long campaign after that, and maybe Mazdamundi. It's gonna be like one master campaign per month next year. Some months will have two, because they're gonna be 15 total.
Impress
I'm really looking forward to see what they've done with you know, the turn times and things.
destruction. March.
You guys see that shit? Not only did he just read around the mountain, but also around the river.
Fight.
Never.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Well, the Grandpappy still has a really strong Stegadon, and with the slant buffs, it makes him into a really good melee expert.
Empower me.
Well, that's a meme, Wizard, and you know it.
Mortis engine.
These lands are mine. address thee as master. My dominion.
Should have probably not went into Ungrim there with cavalry. But we had enough cavalry to overrun them, and we don't really care about damage.
With haste.
All life must end. I am the true Emperor. Swift as death's wings.
They haven't fixed the shit! Oh man! Good job, CA. Keep nerfing invocation a heck. This bug is nearly a year and a half old. Year and a half! Even crashes in multiplayer according to people. When? When is the fix? I'm going to sleep, guys. Good night. Good night. We'll continue tomorrow.